There's an overreaction to the news cycle here. South Korea has always been a turbulent political place. You remember that a few years ago they were throwing chairs at each other in the legislature there.
Yeah.
The current president, is not going to survive. So the South Koreans will have a vote, and they'll put in a new president. I don't think it's going to have a lot of ramifications for America or the new president, Donald Trump.
Yeah, I mean, the image is just astounding from yesterday. Lawmakers, climbing over Parliament walls to go in and vote. But you've got that yesterday, right? You've got ongoing wars in Ukraine and Israel. You've got the border crisis here at home. And in 47 days, they all officially become Trump's problem. Kind of a precarious time around the world to have a lame duck president and a very different kind of leader waiting in the wings, right?
Well, Trump is running the country right now. He's already making his deals, and Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, went down to see him in Mar-a-Lago. You know that. You guys reported that. He's put Sheinbaum in Mexico on alert. You better stop the caravans and crack down on the cartels. She won't, by the way. Very weak socialist leader down there. But Trump's going to put a world of hurt on the Mexican government. They'll fold fast. Over in Ukraine, I think that deal's already done with Putin. They have a relationship. I could never get it out of Trump. I said, look, just tell me what this is, because I'm not a big Putin guy.
And what were you trying to get out of him, Bill?
Why they have a rapport in the first place? All right, Putin had no rapport with Barack Obama or Joe Biden, none. He disdained them. And, of course, Crimea he took Crimea under Obama, and Biden, he started the Ukraine war, Putin. But under Trump, Putin was pretty well restrained. And I couldn't get from Trump, he'd smile and not tell me. So there's only a certain amount of things a journalist can do. But I think that deal has been made already in Ukraine. A ceasefire will come quickly. And in Gaza, the Hell Debate comment, again, the media has no blanking clue, Markie. The only ones who know are me and you. That's it. And the rest of the media, forget them. Hell to pay means Iran. Hamas and Hezbollah are decentralized, which means no one is in charge of them. They are terror groups. They do what they want to do. Iran can stop both of them because Iran funds them and gives them weapons, and the Revolutionary Guard of Iran can assassinate the Hamas, Hezbollah guys. So that's where Trump will go. And if the hostages aren't released.
Yeah.
They'll go to Iran.
You bring up Ukraine, you bring up the war in Israel and Gaza, and Trump has made some lofty promises, right? He's promised to end the war in Ukraine by Inauguration Day. The other day he took to Truth Social and he said there's going to be hell to pay if those hostages aren't released. Do you think he's going to be able to deliver on those promises, Bill? And if not, is he going to have hell to pay from the American electorate who just gave him a second chance and they heard him make these pledges over and over?
Well, the American people will give him 6 months. And if he doesn't deliver, then, they'll turn on him. But he gets 6 months honeymoon. But Trump's pretty confident about the Ukraine thing. That's why I say I believe they have a deal already. He's pretty confident on it. Now, Gaza, a whole different thing. Israel, anything could really happen over there. But I know that Donald Trump will punish Iran economically and break that country, just as he'll break Mexico if they continue to misbehave down there.
And with foreign adversaries like China, Iran watching very closely, how are they seeing these two men right now? What are they watching for, and how do they kind of view this transfer of power at the moment?
Well, there's panic in a lot of precincts. Biden was, as we've discussed, in my humble opinion, but I flesh it out in my book, Confronting the President, still number 5 on the bestseller list after 12 weeks. Biden's
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you, Markie.
You're welcome.
Biden's the second worst president in our history. All right? And no one respects him overseas. No one. And so now you have a strong man coming in, a populist president, Trump, who does not play by the international rules.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.